All right, what's good, y'all? It's another one of that Say So TV. You already know what it is. And today it is about tops versus bottoms. This is gonna be my last little segment or category on tops versus bottoms for a minute, or the versus category for a minute, because I did the straight versus gay and then the femme versus mass. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and add a tops versus bottoms video because I'm gonna tell y'all what Strike did. So I wasn't even gonna do one of these. I hadn't even thought of doing one of these, but then I saw Blueface post something. Well, he was making Twitter rants on Krishan about basically how as a man you can fuck as many girls as you want and you're just classified as a player, and as a receiver, like basically as a woman, if you do that then you are a hoe. Um, and I feel like that is equivalent to men with tops and bottoms because I may, whatever y'all want to call it, misogyny. Um, when I saw his, when I saw what he posted, and I'm actually gonna put it right here. Um, when I saw what he posted, the only thing that I would say I didn't agree with was that he was saying that he's justifying his actions and condoning it, basically saying like I could fuck as many girls as I want and you can't do it because he doesn't like that she thinks like a man and all this other shit. So I was like, all right, you know what? I have had similar circumstances like this with um just my friends with they dudes, and just this is a part of the community when it comes to how tops should govern themselves as opposed to bottoms. Are we equal? Do they have different standards or not? I got a lot of flack on the whole bottom shaming video that I did. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and tap on this. So based on what he says right here, I'm gonna say I do agree in ways, and then in other ways I disagree. So I'm gonna say yes, I do agree that bottoms should not be as comfortable bragging, because see, this is what it is. Like a lot of dudes will be bottoms and they'll be like, yeah, that's why that nigga fucked me. I've even heard girls say like, yeah, I got that nigga, or yeah, I fucked your nigga and all this. And it's like, to me, I don't know why that's something to brag about as a bottom. Like, why are you talking about who fucked you as a bottom? Like, that shit's not cute to me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same with women. So it's just like, I do not believe that it's okay for men to sleep around with anybody. Just like I don't think it's okay for bottoms to sleep around frivolously without any care. However, if you put a top and a bottom next to each other and they both got the same amount of bodies, and they got, like, let's say that's the circumstance, I'm going to say, and if it's a large amount of bodies, I'm going to say that the bottom to me is going to be the one that's disgusting to me. I don't care who disagrees or agrees. This is just my opinion. And I say that because to me, bottoming is a lot more of a serious deal. You have more involved. You're actually receiving a person's sperm, especially if it's raw. Everything's coming into you, and then it's like you also have a hole that stretches based on certain dick sizes, etc. A top can literally just penetrate. The only thing that we're gonna get out of penetrating a bunch of different people is, I've heard y'all say it, but I think that y'all are bottom saying that. Then y'all have dealt with niggas that be on perks and shit. Like, of course, if a nigga's on drugs and y'all link up after the club or something, a nigga dick might not work. It could be, you ain't turning him on. I don't know, but I've heard that like tops will have like limp dick or whatever. I've never experienced that based on the amount of times I've had sex. I don't see any physical change that would happen to a top or a straight dude for having sex with multiple people. But I do know for bottoms there is that. You know what I'm saying? Bottoms, I have had some bottoms that were loose as fuck. I've had some bottoms that were tight as fuck. You could tell the difference. It is a difference. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we get our dicks up, it's still a dick. You know what I'm saying? It's the same dick that it was the last time you had it, no matter how many times we went and fucked out as many people as we did. So I know that y'all may not like it because it may just be like, this misogynist thing to y'all. And if y'all want to classify me as a misogynist, oh well, so be it. I've been called it before. I don't care. What I think is what I think. Nobody wants no hoe ass nigga, no loose ass bottom. So I'm gonna say now, from the bottom's perspective, I do think that when it comes to reputation, a top can be a hoe. If you sleep with a bunch of different, like let's say you then slept with the town, like damn near every dude that, or a lot of dudes that you and your dude go around, or whatever the case may be, whoever you fucking with, if they've encountered you with a whole bunch of bottoms that you like, it's all of a sudden you done have sex with this nigga, this nigga, this nigga, your friends is included. I would say that that's a that's a hoe ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because you spread thin, so it don't matter if you a top or a bottom. So I do agree with the bottoms when it comes to tops being able to be reputationally hoes, looked at as hoes, talked about as hoes, but to be physically really hoes, nah. You know what I'm saying? Just for some facts that y'all may not like. Another reason why I'm saying this is because for bottoms to contract HIV, the chances are way higher. Y'all are way more at risk for catching HIV. I just want to let y'all know, I used to work for the CDC. I worked for a clinic for 5 years, from 2016 to 2020. Yep, to 2021 actually. I work for the CDC. I've been an advocate for the gay community here in Colorado for all those years, so I know what I'm talking about, y'all. I've done HIV tests, STD tests. I'm certified and all of that. So, what I want to let y'all know is that catching HIV as a bottom is way more of a chance. There's more of it's like a 60% chance to contract HIV as a bottom. For versatile dudes, it's I think they were saying like 65 to 70% chance. But I think it could be lower or higher based on how active you are bottoming. So it can fluctuate for y'all. But for tops, like 100% tops, they don't even have, y'all guess what it is? They don't even have the numbers for us. Like, real shit, y'all, they don't even have the numbers for tops to know the percentage of what risk you're in. So it's significant, which means that means it is significantly lower. Okay, as a top, you. All right, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. HIV is contracted mostly through sperm. So it's first sperm is the most contagious. Then you got blood. Then you got bodily fluid. Then you got saliva. Saliva is the last one, which is damn near impossible because air gets in the mouth and that's what kills. As soon as HIV comes in contact with air, that shit's dead. So it has to be transferred through the body in a closed circuit. So with that being said, as a top, if you getting head, you're not gonna catch it 9 times out of 10. If you topping somebody, the most likely way to catch it as a top would be if you are making niggas bleed that have HIV and you're not getting up and pissing after. I'm gonna also give my top some advice and some tips on how to uh, protect yourself besides condoms, because there is other ways besides condoms. All right, but yeah, just to let that be known, Those are the chances when it comes to catching or contracting HIV based on your sexual position. I know a lot of guys may not want to hear this, but a lot of dudes, a lot of people will say like, "Oh no, I'm a top." I met one top that's been HIV positive, and to be honest with you, I think that the nigga caught it by being versatile. These niggas will say that they tops. I say that a lot. They'll say that they tops, and they really not. The reason why I say this is because I will admit that yes, I have had unprotected sex with people I knew were undetectable, or they had HIV but they were undetectable, or they just had HIV. I don't know these motherfuckers' status and what they can tell me that they undetectable, but how the fuck do I know? I don't see no papers for that shit to see what is it, yo, antibody count. I ain't never seen no shit like that. So I consider if a nigga tell me that they HIV positive, I consider that they are HIV positive. All right. So, but I will tell y'all, I do not have HIV. I have been tested. I get tested very often, but especially when I go from city to city. And the last time I was tested was before I got into my current relationship, and I was negative. All right. I've had very risky sex. I'm talking about years ago, before, way long time ago. I know somebody gonna try to say, "Oh, you wouldn't be able to tell within a month. You still need to get another test." No, that was old, nigga. You could tell within the last week now. Like the best test will tell you within a week of HIV contraction. All right. So if you got a test on an antibody, a rapid test, these ones will let you know that you ain't got, if it comes up negative, you're negative. All right. Those were old tests. All right. Now, what was I saying? Um, if you know that you sleeping with somebody who's undetectable or HIV positive, undetectable, whatever you want to call it, the best way for you as a top to keep yourself protected, every time you have sex, get up and take a piss immediately after. Y'all, your urethra will hold. I know that this shit might sound crazy, but this is real shit. Just hear me out. The virus is like a cell. It will have to travel up your urethra, which is your pee hole, to get into your body. It has to get into your body and connect to cells, to T cells and shit, and blood cells. So if it's in the track and you just go to sleep right after the nigga, it has the opportunity to get up into your blood, into your actual body system, and start reproducing them damn HIV cells. So what you want to do is make sure you get up, take a piss after every sexual encounter immediately. That will also protect you from other diseases. Now, not necessarily bacterial diseases, but HIV mainly. And also pull out every now and then. If you fucking and you smashing, pull out every now and then, because as soon as that shit touches air, it's done. All right. Also, lube instead of Vaseline. Use lube, because lube will actually also prevent the contraction of the virus of HIV. Lube and certain shit that causes friction won't necessarily, because it will still rip and tear into his walls. So, as a top, you want to look out for not having blood on your shit. If you do, immediately get that shit off and piss. If the nigga paints you, immediately piss and wash your dick. And if uh yeah, so that's pretty much it, and you'll be good. Just, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you're trying to stay as clean as you can. Also, the number one way is to use condoms, of course. uh so that's why the bottoming and you know, being loose with it and being like it's cute and shit is so frowned upon by me, because no, it's absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? So why, if anybody want to get on here trying to defend themselves of the misogyny, call it whatever the fuck you want. At the end of the day, what you gonna get from listening to me? Nothing wrong. Ain't nothing going wrong happen to you for not being sexual, not being hypersexual as a bottom. You'll be better off. So if y'all want to argue down that y'all should be able to be as sexually active as the next nigga or the top, hey, do your thing, but it'll never get through to me, is all I'm gonna say. Um, So that's pretty much it when it comes to the sexual part. But I also just wanted to add on there that to go ahead and move away from that topic, as a top, I think that you should do whatever first before you expect him to do it. And what I mean by this is like, don't be the type of top that's like not assertive and doesn't take the initiative and make the first move. I believe that tops, we should be making the first move. Me personally, before he ever bought me anything, I got him a bouquet of flowers with some weed in it, all kinds of shit, just to show him what kind of level of nigga I am and what kind of shit to expect or what I expect out of this relationship. So I feel like that's what it's leading. That's what making initiative is. Show him everything first. You know what I'm saying? If you want him to submit, submit first. All right? If you want him to you know, not start arguments and shit, you be the first one to not start no arguments. All right? Like, I'm just saying, like, be the first one. I feel like as a top, you the leader. You should be the leader at least. At least try to. And then if he lets you know, hey, I would rather this, then go from there. But as a top, I just think that you should do whatever first that you expect of your bottom. All right. I do not believe that bottoms are supposed to just take the feminine or the girl approach in a relationship. I think that because we both men, we should take on equal power. We should both submit. We should both assert, both dominate. I think all that is still in the air, but I do think that tops need to work on being more assertive or initiating. Start taking y'all's bottoms on dates, paying for them. Stop expecting them to go on half on shit. Now, once y'all get into a relationship, then yeah, y'all should be going half on shit. But as a top, pay for that first date, pay for that second date. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all come up with a decision. But I think that you should be a leader more as a top. At least try to be more of a aggressor when it comes to the things that y'all do, but still take your bottom's perception and what he thinks and y'all put them together. But I do think that as a top, you should be wanting to fulfill your bottom sexually, allowing them to nut first before you get yours off. I do believe that. Bottoms, y'all need to become more sensitive. I feel like a lot of men, a lot of tops, we look for, like, just because we gay or bisexual don't mean that we don't yearn for a masculine counterpart is going to yearn for a more submissive counterpart. So I think that bottoms need to embrace more of their submission, their divine feminine energy. I don't think that bottoms really know what they are supposed to, what role or how they are. I'm not going to say role, but I don't feel like bottoms feel like they should take on nurturing and stuff like I think that they should. I think that bottoms need to be taking on a more of the feminine role interiorly in the relationship. I'm not saying you need to be a feminine, flamboyant dude to be a bottom. I'm saying if you're going to be a bottom taking dick up your ass and you're going to be that position in the relationship, don't challenge a dude all the time and be always trying to oversert him because you're being fucked. I've noticed a lot of that. Because they be getting fucked, they feel like you beating them because they still got that competitive nature as a man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they feel as if because they're being penetrated by you already, you think you gonna run them, and then that's when it makes them boss up and flex. And we don't like that shit. But tops don't don't take advantage of your power because you're topping them and make them like they gotta be like a girl or a bitch. Don't ever try to bitch somebody out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take away these niggas' manhood. You fucking with niggas for a reason, right? You don't want this nigga to be no girl. So respect his manhood. Respect his manliness. Don't expect and put standards on him like he should be a female. The only reason why I'm saying that niggas need to work on empathy and submission and nurturing and stuff is because, I mean, we need some balance, but also tops is going to benefit you to have these attributes as well. But the reason why I'm focusing on the bottoms when I say that thing is because if the top is doing this and the bottom ain't, well, now you got a nigga that you got a relationship where a nigga can be a top in the bedroom, but then outside the bedroom, he's the bitch. And I don't really feel like that should be it either. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be more like softer. If you're gonna be a bottom, be softer emotionally. All right, that's one. And then also, when it comes to like prepping for sex, bottoms, I feel like it doesn't matter. I saw a meme where it was like this dude was mad because Bottom wanted to come to his house and clean out, use his bathroom to clean out. And he was like, Bottom should be like, if you a bottom, you should be coming to my house already cleaned out. You shouldn't have to use my bathroom and shit. And I'm like, see, nah, if you a top, you supposed to be like catering enough to where you are able to allow your dude to do that. You should be, I'm not the type of top that if a dude has an accident on me, I'm not gonna blast you. I'm not gonna get mad. I know that I'm sticking my dick in the asshole. So if some shit comes out, shit happens, literally. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in that. There are tops like that that will get very grossed out from being painted, but I know shit happens. If a dick big too, you already know you may definitely dip into the little cookie jar. You know what I'm saying? Even some blood. You know what I'm saying? So I just think as a top, you need to be understanding to what you're doing and what this is. This isn't a female, so know what it is. You know, but and also yes, you need. I feel like tops should. I just am an old school believer, I guess, an old school top, I should say. I don't think that you should have a problem with your bottom coming over and using your toiletries in your bathroom and shit to get fresh for you. I don't see why you would, but I've known some tops that do. Um, what else? Mm, I think that when it comes to like, because we're a gay couple, I don't feel like if y'all get married, I don't feel like the top act like automatically's name is the one that you take. I feel like y'all come to that as a decision because I'm gonna tell you personally, I want to take my dude's last name just because my last name don't really too much mean much to me. Because the men that were involved in my life do not have my last name. So that's one. And then also, we have a son and he has his last name. So I want to join and have their last name so we can all be one family. You know what I'm saying? Or by the book or on paper. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that y'all want to discuss if it comes down to like a marriage thing. Um, but I don't think that y'all should automatically take the top's last name. But hey, if that's what y'all believe, then do y'all's thing. And what else? Now, for me, it has been mostly that my bottoms will be the more, cooking and cleaning. It just happens like that for me naturally. I never enforced that. I never was like, hey, I'm a top. I don't want to cook and clean. You cook and clean. This is your position, all that. I ain't never been like that. It just so happened to be that's what the case may be in most of my situations. And I do prefer it that way. I do. It turns me the fuck on. I love the way my dude cooks. He can cook his ass off, and I feel like it's more like a team membership. If you know you do something better, then you should lead. If you know that they do something better, then they should lead in that. He cook his ass off. I'm not even getting ready to try. I can cook a little bit, but I ain't that good at cooking. I can only cook like steak and shit. I was really raised like a man. Like my pops told me, like, hey, learn how to cook for survival, but do not tell the person you fucking with that you can cook, or do not let them think that you can cook because you want them to do that shit. Yes, I was taught that, but I do not believe that that's a standard that it should be in a relationship. I just never really learned how to cook. So I'll go out and buy some shit. I'm always down to buy. I'm always down to provide, financially and stuff. But when it comes to like actually getting in the kitchen and cooking, I ain't never been one of them. But I will do it, and that's how I be knowing that I really fuck with a nigga if I will do that. And I have done that in my current relationship. I had not done that before, What else? But when it comes to cleaning, yeah, I definitely clean. I don't believe nobody should be dirty. Don't leave it up to no one person in a relationship to clean. Y'all both need to get y'all's ass up and clean. That's just my opinion. Teamwork make the dream work. Don't put all of one thing on one person. Whatever y'all do, whoever does what best or whoever feels more comfortable doing what is who should be doing that. Laundry, all that, etc. In my household, it just so happens to go that way. The stereotypical way, I should say. He cooks, cleans, he does the laundry, all that, but he will also do some handyman shit, But for the most part, I will do all that. I'll take out the trash, the whole nine. And what else? I don't think that. Now, I'm going to throw versatile dudes in here because I know most of y'all is verse. So I'll say when it comes to being verse, though, in relationships, I think, I've not experienced that, really. I have been with versatile guys. I mean, but when they with me, they're a bottom. So I guess I don't really have much advice for versatile guys. I think versatile guys assume a position when they get into a relationship. I don't really know about too many people who are really fully fledged in relationships. I feel like that's more of like a sex hookup lifestyle. But I feel like my experiences when I see couples, usually somebody's more of a top, more of a bottom. I'm not talking about on the outside. I'm talking about somebody ends up topping more and somebody ends up bottoming more. That's the stories I've heard though, so I could be wrong, But so what I could say for etiquette, tops and bottom etiquette. I'll say tops. We should be opening these doors. I always open the door. It's just naturally. I mean, I'm a gentleman though, so I don't know if that's what that is, but I do feel like tops should be more gentlemen. You should open up the door for your dude. It just comes natural to me. Bottoms, y'all could do more like courting. I feel like it's always on the top to do all the courting and shit, but we are both men. You ain't no girl. You can court me too, meaning you can surprise me with some shit. My dude does. I'm gonna say for y'all though, bottom, surprise y'all's dude with gifts, with events, taking them somewhere randomly. You can drive as well. It doesn't always have to be like this man and a woman thing is what I'm trying to say. Like bottoms, y'all could do more initiating on things outside of, sex and the regular household stuff. Y'all can do more courting on the dates and stuff like that. Also, tops, don't think it's okay to cheat on your bottom, and then if he does it, it's not okay. Make sure that whatever your standards is for him is for yourself, because I'm gonna tell you that shit will fuck you up. If you get it in your head thinking that, it's gonna hurt us more. Let's keep it real. It hurts us more if they cheat on us because they actually land somebody inside of them. So do not feel like you can go out and do what you do, and then if they do it, then it's a problem. Keep it a G. Give what you want back. You know what I'm saying? If you want somebody to be faithful to you, be faithful to them. Let's not carry the misogyny that that straight men have towards women into our relationships, because that shit is not gonna work. It's gonna be the same thing, and then the nigga will fuck around on you way quicker than a female. All right, so let's not even try that shit on these niggas, because we already know they not going. I mean, they might go, some of them might go, but and then it also just determines on the kind of dudes that you like, But I'll get into that later. But That's another reason why I do typically like to fuck with versatile dudes. And then they turn into my bottom, because if you do step around or fuck around on me, I could forgive you if you got your dick sucked, maybe, or I have been able to do that. I ain't gonna say, I ain't talking about my current situation at all. I'm just saying I have been able to forgive a dude for getting some head, maybe even getting some ass. But nigga, you get that ass up, that's my territory, boy, and you done. And I'm not playing. I don't give a fuck. That is a deal breaker for me. So that's why, like, a, a full-fledged bottom, just to clear up, in the video where I did the definitions of tops, verse, and bottoms, the reason why I did not list bottoms as my of what I like is because I do not like dudes that just get fucked, because I know that you got bodies. I know that I gotta deal and accept a lot of other shit that I may not want to. If you cheat on me, I know for a fact you went and got fucked, or you suck somebody's dick. I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I think if you territorial top, you'll go for like other tops and versatile dudes, so that you can feel more of a respect. I feel like tops, we have to respect you. And hey, some dudes may not care, but I ain't with no loose bottom shit. Uh, which, by the way, from what I see, a lot of guys nowadays are turning into more less territorial, and I don't understand that kind of male. Like the dude, like the guys, for instance, that date Lori Harvey. I'm like, bro, how the fuck you gonna fuck with this girl and you know that she done already been with like damn near 10 other industry niggas? Like, I just would never go for a female like that. I don't give a fuck how high value she's seen. That shit's trashy to me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing cute about spreading yourself thin like that as a receiver of penetration. And y'all realize how I say receiver of penetration? That means I just do not think people can be hoes unless they receivers of penetration. But I know that I'm not 100% right. That is an opinionated thing. That's just my opinion. So, for instance, like if I've gotten with a dude that was the top before me and then he bottoms for me, that's like the most prime, like grade A shit for me, because I know that, first of all, it's a it feels good to know that you were an exception and not just another. And then also, um, I would not classify them as hoes, even if they had a hella bodies. Like if they had fucked hella niggas, I wouldn't classify them as a hoe. Just like I don't classify straight dudes as hoes. Hey nigga, you a virgin to me. If you ain't never had no dick, you a virgin to me. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just about the way that you look at it. What else? Yeah, y'all, I might end up making a part 2 to this one. So let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, cause Kelzo say so. Peace.